What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again with another football video, where today we're going to be doing my Premier League predictions ahead of matchday number 12. It does mean another international break done and dusted, and you'll be pleased to hear that we don't have another one now until March of 2026. The final international break of 2025 is over, and we're going to be having games on a regular basis, every 3 to 4 days. Champions League games, Premier League games, you've got League Cup games coming up, you've got FA Cup from January as well, with all the Premier League teams involved, so fantastic stuff. So, before I do crack on with today's prediction video, make sure, like always, to go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore, and a big thank you to SofaScore for sponsoring today's video. They're going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football scores from around the grounds. They'll keep you guys up to date with the latest match information, the latest statistics, the latest team news, and so much more. Not just limited to football scores and information, it's got you guys covered for all the sports that you want to go and follow. It's a free app to download, very highly rated, and anyone that does download using my link in the description or the QR code on screen does help to support the future content created here on my channel. So, just having a look at my performance across match day number 11 before the international break. Got 1 correct score, 5 correct results with 4 incorrect. Not too bad, but not amazing either. 4 out of 10, I think, from me. So, just having a look then at the games that took place on Saturday, 8th of November. I had Tottenham Hotspur down as 2-1 winners against Manchester United. That finished 2-2. I had Everton down as 2-0 winners against Fulham at home. That finished 2-0, so spot on with that one. I had West Ham down as 2-1 winners against Burnley. Anticipated a close game, 1 goal in it. Finished 3-2 to West Ham, so not too far away with that. I had Arsenal down as 3-1 away winners against Sunderland. Sunderland managed to pull off a late equaliser. Some great scenes at Stadium of Light, picking up a brilliant point as well for them. That game finishing at 2-2. And I had Chelsea down as 2-0 winners against Wolves. That finished 3-0 to Chelsea. Again, not too far away. Then moving on to games on Sunday, 9th of November. I had Aston Villa down as 2-1 winners against Bournemouth at home. Finished 4-0. A comprehensive win from Aston Villa, who I feel like are just slowly but surely starting to really find their feet, especially in terms of their home form at Villa Park. I had Brentford, Newcastle, weren't sure what to do with it, so I went with a 1-1 draw. Brentford picked up a brilliant win at home against Newcastle. Newcastle's home form, real good. Newcastle's away form in the Premier League leaves a lot to be desired, hence they're sitting in the bottom half of the Premier League right now. Crystal Palace against Brighton, I had that down as a 3-2 entertaining home win for Crystal Palace. Naturally, I'm thinking it's going to be an entertaining game, and goals 0-0. Anyway, Nottingham Forest had them down as 2-1 winners against Leeds. That finished 3-1 to Nottingham Forest. And finally, weren't too far away with Man City Liverpool. They had that down as a 3-1 win for Man City, and that finished 3-0 to Manchester City. So that leads us nicely on to match day number 12, starting on Saturday 22nd of November 2025, starting off in the early kickoff at 12:30 p.m. GMT, with the game being broadcast live in the UK on TNT Sports. It's to Turf Moor in Lancashire as Burnley take on Chelsea. Can't see anything other than Chelsea winning that game, to be honest. And I'm going to go with Chelsea to win by 2-0. And I'm going with a couple of second half goals for Chelsea in that game as well. Now, moving on to the 3 p.m. game, starting off in the South Coast at AFC Bournemouth. They're taking on West Ham. Bournemouth a good team, and a good team at home as well. I think they'll be too strong for West Ham. I do think West Ham will put up an effort, but I think Bournemouth will be too strong. They'll pick up the 3 points for me, and I'm going 2-1 AFC Bournemouth. And sticking to the South Coast, you've got Brighton and Hove Albion taking on Brentford. Weren't sure what to do with this one, so playing it safe, sitting on the fence, score draw, going with a 1-1 draw. And then to West London, you've got Fulham taking on Sunderland at Craven Cottage. Fulham, again, another team that are very good at home for me, and I think they'll be too strong for Sunderland, and I think Fulham will win this game. I think it'll be a close game, and I can see definitely Sunderland putting up an effort and causing problems for Fulham. I just think they'll be too strong, and I'm going for a 2-1 home win for Fulham. And then to Anfield on Merseyside, you've got Liverpool taking on Nottingham Forest. I think Liverpool will win this game. I think they'll be too strong for Forest, but I don't think this is going to be a very entertaining game. I can't see there being loads of goals in this. I can see it being quite a close game, but I think Liverpool will be too strong, so going for a 1-0 home win there. And then Wolves taking on Crystal Palace. Wolves just been in terrible form so far this season. Needed this 2-week break really to try and regroup and come back after the international break and have a good strong push through the end of November and into December as well, if they're to have hopes of staying in the Premier League next season. But I'm going off for a disastrous start for them because I think Crystal Palace will beat them, so I'm going with a 2-1 Crystal Palace win. And then the final game on Saturday, it's Newcastle United taking on Manchester City. That with a 5:30 p.m. GMT kickoff time, with the game being broadcast live in the UK on Sky Sports. Newcastle are a very good home team. It's just Manchester City were really finding their feet nicely, and I think the international breaks probably come at the wrong time for Man City because they were just starting to get up ahead of more momentum. 3 consecutive home wins in a row in all competitions. You know, a 3-0 win against Liverpool in their last game, and Man City will have been feeling on top of the world. A difficult game against Newcastle, arguably one of the most difficult away games that City could want in the Premier League. It's just Newcastle haven't been amazing so far this season. Currently find themselves in the bottom half, I think 14th in the Premier League. So you would expect on paper for Newcastle to put up an effort, but Man City to be too strong. And Man City's away form has been a little hit and miss, especially against teams who know what they're doing away from home. I look back to Man City's last away match against Aston Villa in the Premier League, and Aston Villa managed to win that game by a 1-0. And if Man City play to that standard against Newcastle, I think Newcastle will win this game. So I'm looking at City, and they need to start replicating how and what they're doing at home on the road. And for me, if Man City can turn up and make this game about quality, in particular looking towards the informs of Jeremy Doku, of Erling Haaland up top, it's going to be a very difficult evening for Newcastle. And I think if City are going to be up ahead of steam, they know that if they win this game, they go a point behind Arsenal with the North London derby coming on Sunday, where derby games, anything can happen. Man City will be thinking, right, we really need to hit the ground running, and coming straight off an international break, it's not going to be easy for Newcastle, it's not going to be easy for City, and I just feel like whichever team scores first here, I think are really going to take this game by the scruff of the neck. So we'll see what does happen. I'm banking on Man City turning up and being clinical and performing. So I'm going to go with my heart here, and I'm going to think to myself that Man City are going to turn up and they are going to be too strong for Newcastle. They're going to make this about quality, and Newcastle may struggle to keep Erling Haaland quiet. So I'm going to go 3-1 win for Manchester City. Now moving on to Sunday's game, starting off in Yorkshire, you've got Leeds United taking on Aston Villa at 2 p.m. GMT, with the game being broadcast live on Sky Sports. Interesting on this one, could go either way. It's just Aston Villa have just started to find some form, so I'm going with them to pick up a big win against Leeds United by 2-1. And then moving on to the North London derby, where I was just speaking about derby game, anything can happen, and anything could happen. I'm just not expecting anything other than Arsenal to win the game, especially with the game being at the Emirates Stadium. So I think Arsenal will win this game. I think they'll cruise this game. I'm going with a 3-0 Arsenal win, that game kicking off at 4:30 p.m. GMT, with the game also being broadcast live in the UK on Sky Sports. And then the final game on Monday, 24th of November, you've got Man United taking on Everton at Old Trafford at 8 p.m. GMT, with that game also being broadcast live on Sky Sports in the UK. And I think Man United will be too strong for Everton, and I'm going Manchester United to win that game thanks to 2 second half goals, going with a 2-0 Man United win. So they're my predictions ahead of match day number 12 in the Premier League. Do let me know your predictions in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on today's video, that would be much appreciated. It lets me know that you are enjoying the videos. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here. It is free to subscribe. I'm going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football content here on my channel, so do make sure you have subscribed. Also, don't forget social media links in the description too if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Finally, do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. I'll see you all again real soon for the next video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.